Following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys!
Let's go, baby!
Are you ready for a break?
Yes.
Are you ready for a break?
Absolutely.
Ready for a break?
Yeah, and so much for that.
It's time for The Break on DallasCowboys.com
We were on the break!
with Ambar Garcia, Bryan Broaddus, Voch Lombardi, and Derek Eagleton.
It is Monday, December 8th, 2025, season 21, episode number 89. Welcome to the latest edition of The Break. We're live from the SWBC Mortgage Studios at the Start. We're presented by LG. LG is the world's #1 OLED TV brand for 11 years and counting. See why at LG.com/OLED Evo. And it is our queen's birthday today.
Oh,
It's Ambar Garcia. Huh?
Which is your wife's birthday?
No, our queen. The show's queen. The show's queen. My wife ain't your queen. Let's get that straight.
That's fair.
Let's get that straight.
That's
I
fair.
said our, and when I say our, that's
Oh,
hey! We got a
oh.
We got now. Okay, so here's the deal. We got different flavors because I know from being with you on the road
Thank
when we
you
do
guys.
when we're at games.
Wait, is this from Fasica? Oh, Fasica loves to draw.
Oh,
Oh.
Look at this.
stuff.
She said, "This is me."
Cumpleaños feliz. Cumpleaños feliz. Cumpleaños, cumpleaños feliz.
good job, Voch. You been working on that?
Nah, man, I don't even know if I did it right.
Wow.
Is that a red velvet?
Okay,
right
so
there?
yes, there are different flavors here. So I
Maybe
know
put it over here so we don't get Derek spit on it,
Can't order onions?
just in case.
Watch this.
I know Garcia likes different flavors and likes a lot of different types. So I got all the different types, and you can decide which one you want, Amber, and then we'll put a candle in.
Oh,
it.
this was you?
What do you mean this was me?
You got this?
Yeah, I got that from
Oh,
you.
wow.
What? Why you do that? You
I'm
act
just
like I would never do anything nice for you.
I'm just asking. I like to thank the right people, you know? So
¿Cuántos
thank you. I
años?
appreciate it.
You're welcome.
None of your business.
¿Cuántos años?
None of your business.
25.
Thank you, Derek. Jeez.
Bien, single.
Great day today. Brian is diving into that red
Right, messing
velvet.
around.
Brian did not wait
Brian
for
get
the.
right into
we
it.
didn't light the candle.
We didn't get a
candle in. We didn't blow it out.
Is hidden, boss?
You want one?
I'm fine. I'm trying to get small, but
I mean, it's good.
the hidden, boss?
Oh, yeah.
What it smell like? You can't even smell it because it's gone.
These are great.
Red velvet.
Those are my
good
favorite.
Stuff. Good stuff.
velvet,
Good stuff.
favorite.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Well, happy
Appreciate
birthday
it.
to
Thank you,
Amber.
guys.
Happy
Thank
birthday.
you. Thank you.
All right. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do our normal show, but one of the rules today, it is Amber's birthday, so she has veto power at any given moment. So as we go through the show, if there's a topic she doesn't like, she can veto that conversation. And if Voch starts talking too much, she can say, Voch, I need you to be quiet and give me a chance to talk. So
Oh, there we go.
so Amber gets to kind of run. Now, she's not hosting the show because she didn't want that smoke, but she's just going to have veto power as we go.
So what's the signal? Like, is it like a hand gesture that she got to
know. What's-
do?
what's
She gonna
the-
say something? Like what?
It's the-
What's the sign? I asked what's hers? What's hers?
Hit it, Chris, and then he'll go. "Brrr."
Perfect. Does that work for you, Voch? Well, it ain't your birthday.
It ain't my
Don't
birthday.
matter.
It don't matter what the hell worked for me.
It don't matter. That's what we're going to
Good
do.
luck getting through this show without me.
She didn't say she was kicking you out. She just said she has veto power. If anything comes up and she feels like she needs to talk, she will jump.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, here we go. So we didn't get a chance to completely finish our conversation.
Get another one, Brian.
He's
What
thinking
else
about it.
we
We got
What are
some
the other
chocolate. We
Chocolate?
got strawberry, I
Strawberry.
think.
Yeah,
And then like
good.
a lemon.
that's good.
Yeah.
Good job. Where are they from?
Now, I'm not gonna say where they're from because
Oh, okay.
they're not a sponsor.
Not a
but,
sponsor.
but they're good.
We're good. Wherever Derek got it,
Damn,
we're good.
We can't even say what it came
No, we
from.
don't. No. They need to do a sponsorship. If you want that love, you got to do a sponsorship.
They were handmade in DallasCowboys.com.
There you go. I made them in my kitchen. How about that?
That's false.
All right, here we go. So we did not finish the conversation about the game last week. There was still one topic I wanted to, actually a couple of topics I wanted to get to. One was the pass defense. Goff he was 25 of 34, 74% completion with 309 passing yards. Williams had a great day. St. Brown had a great day. Gibbs had a great day passing or receiving. Where were the major breakdowns? As you guys went back and watched the film, where were the major breakdowns in the Cowboys secondary?
I don't think we dislike Flus enough.
I saw you post that on Twitter.
We don't dislike Flus enough. Bryan went through this time here, and he was a DallasCowboys.com guy, and he had a big thing with Jason Garrett, and people got mad at him about trying to fire Jason Garrett. I think this is so much worse than anything that we could have said about Jason Garrett or Mike McCarthy. Y'all know how I feel about Mike McCarthy. I think this Flus situation is far worse. At least you won games. You had some decent output on offense with Mike. Flus is doing things that nobody's good at. People that aren't bad in space, they're in space. People that are running these zone looks with a lot of cushion, they ain't good at that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? You have a defensive lineup versus in a Lions offensive line. Bryan, we saw out of their 26 sacks, about 5 of them, we saw a bunch of slants, movement, and gap exchange.
Sure did.
Man, I ain't see none of that, Derek Eagleton. You know what I mean? So I ain't saying that Flus looking like he's trying to lose on purpose. That'll be irresponsible of me. But it's like, I'm just a dude with a camera and a microphone, and I'm not one of the 32 best defensive minds in the league, but I got eyes. And certain things that work for the Cowboys in that bit of time where they were solid on defense, he did none of those things. Strangely enough, not even from those games, Eagles, Raiders, whatever. Take the first 2 drives in the Lions game. We saw some press, we saw some blitzing, we saw some movement, we saw some weird little looks, and I say, cool, Flus, you might keep your job through this one. And Flus said, I'd be damned, and we didn't do anything. And when I say we, I'm a fan. The Cowboys didn't do any of that the rest of the game. And you saw the points reflected on it. And I don't think the Lions punted since then, since that point. Bryan?
Yeah. To me, when you start off the game kind of interesting with your 5-man line or your 5-man pressure, and you get Maris Leofau on the field, which we've all been kind of talking about. And, that's a whole nother story. But you bring in the 5th rusher. And then all of a sudden, in 9 dropbacks, you're starting to get pressure. And then, we've all kind of seen this with Jared Goff, is that when he gets flustered or gets pressure, he'll spike the ball. He'll throw it into the ground, and he'll live to fight another day. And then all of a sudden, you're kind of doing these things. You're getting this pressure. You're bringing the 5th rusher. They're really not handling it well. They have to take out one of their guards and replace him with another guard because the pressure is so bad. But you're kind of playing a little bit more man coverage. You're kind of matching up with them. It's a tough team to play man coverage against. No doubt. But you got to find ways to get pressure, and then you did. And then all of a sudden you reverted back to some things that you had done before. You just went 4-man line, and you thought you were good enough to get just with that type of pressure. And then all of a sudden he got a little bit more comfortable, and then now your secondary is in a little bit of a problem. You weren't very good at either cornerback spot. You weren't particularly good at safety. And, that when you don't get pressure, then it affects the way that your secondary plays, especially with guys like St. Brown, who plays so well on the move. Williams plays so well on the move. And then now you're dealing with, you haven't covered a flat pass all year. People have thrown the ball in the flats, and it seems like it's just a massive gain every time.
Is that a lot about the linebackers?
It's linebackers. It's it's the safeties. It's the corners coming up. I mean, take your pick. They haven't played a flat pass well all year. And what did Dan Campbell try and do early in the game? He tried to throw some screens. Mm-hmm. Because he knew it. He knew you were struggling there, but you were able to get some pressure along the way. But it's surprising how sometimes you get into a rhythm where things look good, and then all of a sudden you completely go away from it, and then by that point, then it's too late.
One thing I'm seeing, I'm sorry, Amber, did you have something?
Go ahead.
One thing I'm seeing is I see a lot of people on the internet kind of defending Flus in a way of, well, but Voch, Flus don't blitz. Blitzing is just something that Flus don't do. If Flus want to keep his job, he might want to start. Dan Quinn was a notorious cover 3 guy, but he got here and he said, boy, we got press man dudes. Let's go get pressure and just play press man stuff. I think at some point you have to make the adjustment for the guys that you have. A couple of years ago, long time ago, when the Saints were like really good, right? We saw Jordan Lewis go totally away from what he does and say, hey, man, we need something extra. Alvin catches the ball. Jordan, follow Alvin. And Jordan was like a nickel linebacker type guy for you. I would have appreciated Flus if I would have saw just the effort of, hey, You just can't keep Kenneth Murray or one of these other guys on Gibbs. We can't end up in this situation where Marquise Bell is on Jamison Williams. You can't do that. I would rather you go away from what you do and put a suitable body on that player and just have that dude follow him around. And you might give up big plays, but you don't give up 44 points worth of them. You see what I'm saying? I just want small adjustments. And we ain't even get small, and that's what the film's saying. This ain't my opinion. That's on film, Brian.
Yeah.
Small adjustments would have at least, if we go back to it, 2 stops. Can we get 2 stops? And the Cowboys offense started rolling at the end. They weren't perfect that day, but they put 30 points on the board on the road. I think 30 points was enough. We just didn't get enough on defense.
Yeah, you're in a situation too where I was just looking at the metrics when you're talking about the man versus zone splits and stuff like that, and on 5 dropbacks, when he played man coverage. They averaged only 4.3 yards a completion there. Tight window throw about 20%. Average separation about 2 yards. Blitz, that's at 20%. He had 3 quarterback pressures and 5 dropbacks when he was playing man coverage against these guys. So obviously he was blitzing to do those things when he was playing. So to me, it's funny how you go back to something where this team just doesn't always look comfortable playing a ton of. Now against I just think it's against certain teams you play different. You have to play differently, and he's done it. And we gave him credit for this for the last, whether it was play a lot of zone against the Raiders, or play a lot of zone against Philadelphia, played a lot more man coverage against Patrick Mahomes in the game the other day. With this guy, you got to pressure him. You got to pressure this quarterback, and that's where they started off with that intent. Just couldn't carry it, and their secondary wasn't good enough to have to deal with the 2 receivers and the running backs out of the backfield.
Just playing devil's advocate, could this be a situation where, because of the fact that we all know when you play this team in man coverage all day, those receivers are going to get open, and those receivers are going to make some plays. Do you think it could have been a situation where Flus was like, I was able to get through a couple series where we were able to play man, I can't keep doing this because they're going to torch us. And so he decided to go to zone because he figured that slows them down versus giving up these big plays that he thought would be coming if they continue to play man.
Tell the devil I said that when you were in man, you didn't see big plays like you.
It was too serious.
You may get a Amon-Ra St. Brown deep crosser, but you got to live with those because he's Amon-Ra St. Brown. Gibbs may have a big play out in open space. You have to live with those. That's who he is. You can't
the same thing.
You can't let everybody go crazy all game. You have to disrupt the timing. This is a timing-based offense.
Yeah.
And how you disrupt timing ain't give them 12 yards of room to operate. That ain't how you disrupt timing. You disrupt timing by putting somebody on the line of scrimmage and disrupting timing, or flaring a linebacker out to where you think somebody might be and disrupt timing in that way. Even if pass rushing, doesn't always get there, you got to do something to just get Goff off his spot. But once Goff was comfortable, ain't nothing you can do.
Right, but what I want to know is,
Yes, sir.
Up until this game, did the metrics say if you play this team in man, they will beat you? If you play this team in zone, that's your best chance. That's what I don't know, because there has to be more involved. Like, obviously, when we're talking about a guy that is a defensive coordinator in the NFL, he knows certain things. I mean, by the way, it's stuff we could probably look up. Sure. But my point is, there had to be a reason why he went away from it, and that's what I'm trying to figure out is why would he go away from it? Because I agree with you guys. It looked like it was working early. And went away from it and didn't go back to it. It didn't seem like
the metrics will tell you that Goff threw 11 touchdown passes under pressure on 158 attempts for about 7% touchdown rate. This is last year. This season he's thrown just 2 touchdown passes under pressure on 116 attempts. That's 1.7% touchdown rate. And this was the matchup they had going in. The Cowboys have generated the 10th highest pressure rate this season, 35, almost 36%, but they've allowed the 3rd highest passer rating when doing so.
When pressuring.
Yeah. See, that's the thing about that's the gamble. That's just the gamble that when you're Goff, the metrics tell you Goff has not performed well. The metrics will also tell you Dallas pressures people, but they don't also cover very well.
I'll take that.
I'll take the gamble of pressuring
Yeah.
and seeing that Goff is going to maybe not handle it well.
Yeah.
That's what I would have done.
I would definitely take that because at least I know the pressure could get there.
Yeah.
But if you only rushing forward, show me the metrics of us rushing forward and what that look like. It's probably
that hasn't been something that's consistently has worked for them.
It's probably all I want from Flus, and I don't want to know, but all I wanted from Flus is if you try something and you make a change and it don't work, just make another adjustment at halftime. That's all. Just make another adjustment. I've seen this Cowboy offense do it a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
You start off rough, something don't happen for you quite, but once you get into your adjustment, then you're cool.
Yep.
Like, I'm not buying, man, just somebody new. A new voice. Ambar, a new voice.
I'm sitting here quietly because with age comes maturity, right?
Not for me.
I'm trying to clearly.
You haven't gotten old enough.
I'm older than her. I don't know. She's 25 or something.
I'm like
She's
biting my
25.
tongue because I'm like, okay, let me be nice. You guys were so nice today with me and these cupcakes and happy birthday and all that. So I'm trying to be nice because although I agree with a lot of what you guys are saying, the nature in me, just for the fun of it, wants to argue and like say, you know what, Voch, a couple of weeks ago, you were talking to the camera saying, hey, you the man, Flus, and blah, 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 blah. When obviously they won.
I want to talk so bad, but you're going to hit that buzz on me if I start talking.
No, we're about to go to break, but it's quite interesting because, I call you a flip-flopper before.
I haven't flopped on Flus.
But when they were winning, which
He apologized.
you got to give credit, but I want to pose the question when we come back from the break. It's just like, okay, really stripping the whole thing down of like taking the wins away, just like looking, regardless of the outcome, has his coaching stayed consistently throughout the season? And with what you've seen, regardless of the new talent added, and we'll
All right, let's have that conversation.
Just be clear right before break, though. Just be clear right before break, though.
We go to buzz it, Chris.
I ain't stopping nothing. Let me be clear.
Let's go to break.
All right, we're going to go to break. We're going to come back. We're going to answer Amber's question. We'll be back. DallasCowboys.com radio.
If you can't be at the stadium, there's no better way to watch your Cowboys than on an LG OLED Evo TV. That's because everything you see is more lifelike. Every play, every hit. I mean, you might as well be on the sidelines. That's how clear it is. It's all thanks to LG's legendary technology. Perfect black, over 8.3 million self-lit pixels. No one comes close. LG OLED Evo is the best TV in the game for a reason. See for yourself at lg.com/OLED Evo.
Hey y'all, Matt Pittman here, the official pitmaster of the Dallas Cowboys. This holiday season, I've got Yeti's new insulated bowls and food storage working overtime. The insulated bowls are amazing. It'll keep queso warm or guacamole fresh. And the food storage containers protect my ingredients and help me stay organized. They also make great gifts for the host, making Yeti bowls and food storage MVPs for the holidays. Get yours at Yeti.com or a Yeti store near you.
I'm home. Hey, Mom, before you ask, I've done my homework and the dishwasher's unloaded.
Nice. Hey, can you... Hey, hon, yes, I've got the finale ready to play. Here's your wine.
Wow. Isn't it nice not having to ask? We think so. That's why if there's a network interruption, AT&T will proactively credit you for a full day of service, guaranteed. Credit for fiber downtime lasting 20 minutes or more, or for wireless downtime lasting 60 minutes or more caused by a single incident impacting 10 or more towers. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See att.com/guarantee for details.
Cowboys fans, here's the game plan. Touchdown Tuesday at Take 5 Oil Change. Just wear your Cowboys gear and save 25% on your oil change. No huddle, no overtime. Just drive in, stay in your car, and roll out. You'll be tailgate ready in 10 minutes flat. Keeping up with your car shouldn't be a tough call. Take 5 makes it as easy as calling the coin toss. Take 5 is the official oil change of the Dallas Cowboys. Visit take5.com to find a location near you. Offer valid through December 31st, 2025. Terms and conditions apply. Valid only at participating locations.
If you shout, "How about them Cowboys?" you have that undeniable passion that's the heart of Cowboys Nation. And if you like to drink Dr. Pepper, you love the unique blend of its 23 flavors. Together, your one-of-a-kind fandom paired with the one-of-a-kind taste of a delicious ice-cold Dr. Pepper is the game day lineup that can't be beat. Better yet, gather your Cowboys and Dr. Pepper fan friends to watch the next game and crack open a delicious ice-cold Dr. Pepper for everyone. The wins will be even tastier. It's a pepper thing.
Back to the break.
choose perfection. Choose LG OLED Evo. Check out the best TV in the game at LG.com.
Welcome back. We're in the second segment of the break live from the SWBC Mortgage Studios at the Star, presented by Blockchain. This segment. All right, let's go. Amber, you had a question just before the break. What was the question?
Okay, let me be honest, because Voch, I'm not trying to argue with you because I'm just trying to be,
my birthday.
I'm just trying to be nice to Derek, but it's really a question directed to Derek, but you're in front of me. But it's this whole thing.
You're looking at me, but you're talking to him.
Yeah.
This is that transitive thing.
Yeah, but I have to be nice today.
Sure.
But
Derek Phony, yeah.
No, I still stick true to what I said.
Again, and I agree
I'm
to
not
an
killing
extent
things right
where you look at a coach that has a history, that you've seen them have success in the NFL, and you know what they can do, all of a sudden gets to this point where you're like, well, nothing is really working. You got a spark once you added veteran guys to the roster that are professional as well, that have time in the NFL, that are productive, but yet that's only gonna last you to a certain extent, because then once again your faults.
Yeah, faults.
Okay. They're gonna start peeking through once again, and I think it's to this point now that at some point, just like when oh my God, why am I blanking out? Clark, when he came to the roster, that we saw the immediate impact in the run defense. We saw that immediately. We were like, whoa, wow, okay. Now we're working with something, and all of a sudden it started fading away once again. So I think now is, yes, you got that initial impact, and now you're back to what it truly is and what it has truly been. So I'm with you in this thing of like, okay, you have to give credit from his past, but this is the present, and you have a bunch of question marks that you're like, okay, at some point you think it's going to start kicking in, and you see what you see on tape. And that's where I bring the question where it's like, okay, I love Brian Schottenheimer, absolutely love him. I love everything he's doing. I'm with him with everything that he's building, but it makes me wonder at times where him being the head coach and also the play caller, does that take away his focus a little bit from what he should be doing as a head coach as far as voicing certain things on the defensive side of the ball and being as accountable as he's been on the offense, taking that accountability over to the defense?
Well, I will say this. I do think that has happened this season. If you remember, if you've been following Coach Schottenheimer, he talked about how there was a point where he went over to the defensive room and started asking some questions and saying, why are we doing this? And why is this? And I think when you hire someone, when you're the head coach and you hire someone as your coordinator, I think you need to step back and let them coordinate until you see that things aren't working. And then you need to step in and you need to say, okay, let's have some conversation. Let's figure out why this isn't working, what needs to change. And then you need to help them walk through that until you get to the results you want. I don't think, and my argument remains the same, I don't think Flus forgot how to call a defense. I think he's been a really good defensive coordinator. So what it says to me is there's more going on here than just Flus. There are other things at play here regarding the players that also is a part of the problem. Now, this is a results-based business. So at the end of the day, he's going to have to be accountable to the fact that regardless of what the problems are, he didn't figure out a solution or to this point hasn't come up with a consistent solution to where this team is playing consistently well on defense. They are still giving up 44 points in games, and that's not going to be good enough because it's a results-based business. But I don't think it's all Flus. I think there are other things at play here.
I have so much. Brian, you want to go first? I got so much.
Go ahead.
First of all, let me say I never changed my tone on Flus.
You didn't, I did.
Derek came and asked us, hey, Voch, Flus did good, man. What you feel? I'm like, hey, man, hold your horse. I need to see more. I need to see it 10 more times. So Ambar's lying on me there.
I admit it. I said it. I directed my
Beam,
thing
hit the
to
buzzer.
looking at you.
Beam, hit the
looking
buzzer.
at you.
Beam, hit the buzzer. Like
Whoa, he doesn't have a right to hit the buzzer.
Like I was saying.
I'm about to get veto power. It ain't your birthday.
I wonder.
March 3rd, my bro.
I wonder. And this ain't me reporting nothing because we got responsibilities here. I'm not reporting nothing. This is just my own theory. I wonder if Shotty wants to move on from Flus, but higher management probably don't want that.
Didn't
right
hire
this
him.
Second.
He didn't hire him.
For sure.
Didn't hire him.
For sure. I wonder if it was his decision, would this look like college football?
Glad you said it.
Like, you out of here while we playing, and we about to go find somebody else while somebody's in. I wonder if that would be the case. My whole thing about Flus, and Ambar makes fantastic points. When we get new players, it look cool for a little bit, and then it go back to what it was, because the other team makes the adjustments, but Flus doesn't. So if you got Osa and Solomon to worry about, that's what that team preps for. If Kenny Clark pops up magically, then you got about 3 games of the league trying to adjust to Kenny Clark, and then they'll figure it out. Quentin Williams pops up magically, looks fantastic. You need to constantly make adjustments in the National Football League, and that's where I think Derek's point is coming from. Flus may not have magically rolled out the bed and forgot how to coach, but sometimes as a older coach, not like he's old, but he's been a coordinator, he's been a head coach. He's kind of established a little bit. He's not as hungry as another coach that's up 3 a.m. trying to make adjustments, that's trying to make change. Like, I guess whatever he wants to roll out is what he wants to roll out. Maybe he's not on it like everybody else, and this just me assuming as well. But that's just what it looks like, right? He's not making the extra adjustment that a hungry coach would probably want to.
But could it also be, because I think this happens with veteran coaches sometimes, they get into this mindset of, we just got to keep doing it until we figure it out. We're going to figure it out because I've seen this work. It's like, what was that line from Remember the Titans? He said, it's like Novocaine. You just keep running it. Eventually it's going to work. I think veteran coaches sometimes, because they've seen it, they also do this with players. I've seen this guy play well. I'm just going to keep trusting that if I keep giving him the opportunity, they're going to right. Maybe that's the deal with Murray. But and by the way, I'm not saying that's right.
Yeah.
That then they have to be accountable for that if they're going to go that route. Yeah. But I do think that's probably more likely for a veteran coach than just he's not hungry. I think they all want to win.
In today's NFL, that mentality, in my opinion, no longer works because the games happen so quickly. The season flies by, and I've seen it enough in the time that I've been working here that when you just keep doing the same thing over and over, more often than not, it's just never going to work. Like, it doesn't. And then all of a sudden, you're sitting here in December, you're running out of time, you're like, well, there goes another season. We saw it. I mean, we've seen this over and over again, and the end result is the end result. It doesn't work. I'm with you. Mm-hmm. You have to be able to adjust, to look at what you're working with and know, okay, well, crap. Now, maybe his adjustment was making that change in that game that you're like, why did he go away from it?
That's a horrible
It's also making the right adjustment. But
well, you're also dealing with a first-time head coach. Yeah. And, and sometimes you're in a situation where if you're a guy that feels like you're going to get a job as a head coach, you have an idea of guys that you want to bring along with you, and so here's Brian Schottenheimer. He has an idea of the guys here. Look at the guys on staff. I mean, he basically kept everybody on the offensive staff, and then they got rid of the line coach and brought a new one in and a new coordinator and all that, things that they needed. But those are things that he was familiar with. And so all of a sudden, though, as a first-time head coach, you're a little bit of the mercy of the front office. Front office says, listen, we were with this guy, Matt Eberflus, when he was here. Yeah, I know Flus. I don't know him personally. But does his philosophy match where Brian Schottenheimer's philosophy is? I think if you had to say through 14 weeks of the season, there are things now that Brian Schottenheimer knows as a head coach and now knows about Matt Eberflus' scheme that he would probably say, listen, I would like to change this. I would like to change this. And so sometimes as that first-time head coach, you're so happy to have the job and somebody recommends a guy. Listen, we were with this guy. This guy can coach. Just, okay, man, I trust you. I'm going along with you. But it might not fit your philosophy. It might not fit how you want it coached. Those are the things you have to kind of, let's be honest. Mike McCarthy got very fortunate with Dan Quinn. Sure. You talked about being hungry. Dan Quinn went out and reinvented himself the time he had off. Matt Eberflus went from head coach to back to being a coordinator. So there are things I think that Brian Schottenheimer clearly would like to do differently. And I think if he had to do it over, that he would probably, with the experience that he has now, maybe he would have liked that opportunity to hire his own coach. But when he got the job, he was just grateful he had the job, and he put together the staff how he saw fit with some recommendations from the front office. And now that what he knows, maybe he would have done things a little bit differently.
Got a break?
All right, we're going to take our final break. Do you have something you want to throw in?
I got so much more about Flus. Are we moving on from Flus and Thursday?
I really want to get to the linebacker position. That might have some.
I'm still going to fuss at Flus.
All right, we'll do that. We'll get back. We'll get to that when we get back. This is DallasCowboys.com radio.
Every day begins with a promise to work hard and to build a future. That's why we're here, providing the tools, expertise, and John Deere equipment you have relied on for generations to help you get the job done right. We're with you. That's our promise to you, because no matter the project or the challenge you're facing,
we're with you. We're united.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the Playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
I'm home. Hey, Mom, before you ask, I've done my homework and the dishwasher's unloaded.
Nice. Hey, can you... Hey, hon, yes, I've got the finale ready to play. Here's your wine.
Wow. Isn't it nice not having to ask? We think so. That's why if there's a network interruption, AT&T will proactively credit you for a full day of service, guaranteed. Credit for fiber downtime lasting 20 minutes or more, or for wireless downtime lasting 60 minutes or more caused by a single incident impacting 10 or more towers. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See att.com/guarantee for details.
From the field to the festivities, Lucchese embodies the essence of luxury and tradition. Handcrafted with meticulous precision, each pair offers unmatched comfort and style. Stand tall while you're tailgating or cheering in the stands with the Dallas Cowboys collection by Lucchese. Shop the collection today at the Lucchese store at the Star in Frisco or online at lucchese.com. Lucchese, the official boot of the Dallas Cowboys and Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders.
How's it going? You see that Cowboys game?
Oh, I watched. Been seeing some good things.
Totally. They have some talent.
Yup, some great talent.
And they got some fight.
Hoping this is the year.
Me too. Oh, I'm Cody, by the way.
I'm Travis.
Nice to meet you, Travis. Go Cowboys.
Go Cowboys!
Make a new friend based solely on their shirt choice. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, the official bank of the Dallas Cowboys. Copyright 2025 Bank of America Corporation.
Back to the break.
AT&T, connecting changes everything.
Welcome back. We're in the final segment of the break, live from SWBC Mortgage Studios at the Star. We've been talking about the defense. I want to zero in a little bit on the linebacker position. Let's start first by, I want you guys to give me an assessment of what you think of Logan Wilson's play and what you think of Kenneth Murray's play, because these are the two linebackers that are predominantly kind of in the spotlight as supposedly the guy. Now we're going to put a pin in Overshown for a minute because he's coming back. He's actually the linebacker playing the most. But these other two are the guys that I think are playing. The amount that they're playing is probably flipped from what most people thought when they acquired Logan Wilson. What do you think of Logan Wilson's play, and what do you think of Kenneth Murray's play?
Nobody's playing fantastic. Let me just say that. Nobody's knocking it out the park, not even Overshown, really. But Murray is just like obviously not getting the job done. And that's the nicest way I could say it. Because I was going to say something meaner, but I thought about what would Ambar say? And Ambar would find a very nice way to say it. Murray's just not doing his part. I would love to know who's in charge of the rotation. I would love to know how much power the head coach got in that rotation, like the say in which who does. Because I would love it if somebody say, hey, man, this 59 thing ain't working. Can we run with the cat that we just acquired that looks a little better? Like I said, man, Logan hasn't been like a pro bowler, but at least he does small things like gain ground when he's dropping. He's kind of in the right direction when he's moving in a certain place. I'm gonna defend Murray on this one thing. There were some Cowboy fans that was mad at him because he couldn't tackle Gibbs in open space. Wasn't nobody gonna be able to do that. Shamar wasn't gonna be able to do it. Maris wasn't gonna be able to do it. Overshown or like nobody. They wasn't gonna tackle Gibbs in open space like that. But all right, Murray, you can't tackle Gibbs in open space. I get it. What's your next play look like? And the next 30 or so Murray plays, it sounds mean when I say it. I promise I'm not being mean. It looked like he doesn't think and run at the same time. He's either running, maybe a little slow to it, or he's thinking and he's not moving. I'm not being mean. That's just how I look at it. So a lot of times what'll happen is if you do any kind of misdirection, any kind of little motion, he stops moving. I would at least take a guy like Logan Wilson that'll move in a direction, and if he's wrong, he'll plant his foot and just go the other way. Overshown does it as well. I think Murray played like 10 more reps than Logan did, I believe. Murray was in the 30s, Logan was in the 20s. Yeah. I made a joke that if they just playing the same amount of series or whatever, that it's just take longer to put points on the board with Logan. Like there's just longer drives with Murray on the field than it is with Logan on the field. Your linebacker play ain't good. You're probably going to have to address that in the offseason. But if it's all over, these the last 4 games anyway, and we just evaluating for the future, I don't think 59 is going to be a part of that anymore.
He played 19 more snaps.
19 more.
Yeah.
58% of snaps.
Murray played 19 more than Logan.
Yeah.
58% of snaps for him, 42% of snaps for Logan Wilson.
Yeah.
Only 15% for Maris Leofau.
That's once again it's the hazards of when you have turnover, and this is probably why the front office doesn't want to have turnover, or maybe Coach Schottenheimer doesn't want to have turnover with the defensive coordinator, because all of a sudden you bring in a whole new defensive staff. Well, here we go. The players that this staff drafted will now become players like Maris Leofau, where all of a sudden we could not, the day 3 of the draft, sitting in this room to a scout, a coach, we had the linebacker coaches, had everybody in here, and they could not say enough great things about Maris Leofau. I mean, Maris Leofau, like, you would swear he was the greatest linebacker to ever play. And now, under this current regime, Maris Leofau can't find his way to the field. And you wonder if he is a fit. And this is the hazards when you keep turning over certain groups or coaches, your group becomes a little bit mismatched. And maybe Maris Leofau doesn't fit into where under the Mike Zimmer regime, he was destined to be a guy that was going to get almost every snap. That's just not the case right now.
I have a problem with this whole mentality of the difference in coaching. Like, you should be able, because a professional is a professional, an athlete is an athlete. You're in the NFL. You should be able to, and I get it, depending on your physique, there's certain things that you can be better at, but not to the extent where you're just a mess on the field and you're incapable of doing what you're supposed to do. So I cannot buy into, oh, well, now you got a different coach and that player is not thriving under that scheme. You should be able to coach that player into what you're trying to do. I'm like, this guy, I can tell it's my birthday. All the praises over here.
Because usually he's like,
let me tell you something, man. Once a week, you say something that really stick to me. But please finish.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Please.
No, but that whole thing.
Rolling down your ass right now.
There's just no way that you have these guys that you've seen them be talented in the National Football League as a whole, where even in college they had experience, and then you bring in him. And to use your example, Bryan, with Leofau, we saw him last year when he just got dropped into there, boom. And then we saw the potential. We saw him have that spark, and we started saying, hey, next year, that guy, he's going to be a really good linebacker for you.
Man.
And then all of a sudden, his amount of time on the field his snaps just keep dropping and dropping and dropping. You don't see him. You don't. This guy Logan Wilson. We talked about him when they just made the trade, and we're like, well, this guy can do some things. We've seen him do. All of a sudden, nothing. Like all of a sudden, we ain't got nobody that works, and I don't believe that it's a player thing. I don't, because these guys work really hard. Not that the coaches don't either, but there's talent there. And I think anybody else in another team would love to have a guy like Leofau.
Yeah. May I? Y'all can miss me with this continuity stuff, too. Y'all can miss me with this continuity. I've been hearing that a lot, all the defensive continuity. You want to know one thing that whoops continuity every single time? Is better dudes. Better dudes whoop continuity every single time. We had a lot of change at the, let's just say the O-line coach, right? Constant change of O-line coach. Solari, Philbin, whatever. But when you get a dude up in here that's good, that's two good O-line coaches, your O-line looks a little different than what it previous has. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's saying that about, the wide receiver coaches are different, the O-line coaches are different. What about there's a huge contrast between Kellen calling plays and then Mike calling plays and then Shotty calling plays. Better dudes make those things better. So now once we got the right dude in the seat, then we can build continuity. So year 2, Clayton Adams, year 2, Schottenheimer, year 2, whoever. Now you're building continuity once you got the right dude in place. I don't want to know what Fluke's continuity looks like. And that may sound mean, pardon me. I don't want to know what Fluke's continuity sounds like. I'm sure that if you get a better defensive coordinator in here, everybody's going to start playing better. Then you build continuity from that. I don't want to build continuity on something that ain't working right now.
Let me ask you a question. Is it possible that this position, the linebacker position, could be holding this defense back?
Man, everybody looking bad.
No, I get that, but I'm saying the position and the role that the linebacker plays could really bad play at the linebacker position, could that be affecting other positions as well?
What's sad is that's Matt's area of expertise.
It is. It is. But I'm saying, though, could that be the biggest problem that this defense has? Like, if you solve that problem, if tomorrow you solve that linebacker problem, do you think this defense is better?
Man, I think if you had 2 all-pro linebackers right now, I think Flus will find a way.
No, that's just hating, bro.
I think, okay, so how about this? Shots my guy Will Steele, right? My guy Will Steele tweeted about this, right? He was like, Mike Zimmer, like in the middle of the season, realized who Overshown was as like a pass rusher, right? Yeah. So all of a sudden, we saw a bunch of Overshown pass rushing. 5 sacks, like tackles for loss, all this kind of stuff, right? Now we got a dude that kind of sees who, and we don't get none of that. Where's the using what you got?
No, it's Quinn with Micah. It's Quinn with Micah, right?
Where's the using what you got? Yeah. And we got Quinnen Williams up here, and Quinnen used all his superpowers as much as he could, but like, what's the next step? What's the next adjustment? So I feel Micah could have been here. Fred Warner could be here. I don't know if I can say names. Best corner in the league could be here. You could have traded for Sauce. He could have been here. I still think Sauce Gardner will be playing 12 yards off the line of scrimmage. I still think Fred will be running all over the place trying to get somebody to line up. I still think it'll be Goofy up in here. I still think if you had the best blitzing linebacker in the league, Flus wouldn't blitz him. Flus wouldn't blitz him. Build continuity with another dude. Sorry, Flus. We work together, man. We're in the same building. Don't ball your fists up because them dudes, let me tell you something, security dangers up front, dog. Don't attack me. But Flus, it's on film, dog. If I'm lying, you know what I'm saying? If I'm lying, it's different. If I'm hating, it's different. This stuff on film. Bryan coming here with a number every single day to put a numeric opinion on mine. A numeric fact on top of my opinion. Sorry, bro. Flus, you made a lot of money this year. I'm proud of you, dog. Buy your family a house or something. I'm proud of you, bro. But, man, I think we need some new blood here, man. There's some good defense coordinators in that college football playoff, Bryan. I'd love to snatch one of them up.
Matt Patricia do something for you there, though?
I ain't talking about him. I'm talking about buddy in Oklahoma and Indiana. Them characters.
Yeah, all right, that's a wrap.
Indiana,
That is a wrap. We will be back tomorrow. Actually, Bryan's going to have some questions for us tomorrow, so I'm sure there's going to be some interesting conversations that come out of that.
Sorry, Flus.
Again, happy birthday, Amber.
Thank you, guys.
Enjoy your day. Until tomorrow, for Voch Lombardi, Bryan Broaddus, and Amber Garcia, I'm Derek Eagleton. This has been The Break live on DallasCowboys.com radio.
I do this.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?